Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government-sponsored co-ed English medium school has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
So today's chapter is rocks and minerals. Okay, so what happens in the case? So first we will learn about the definition of the rock. So what is rock? A solid aggregate of one or more minerals or mineraloids. So what happens if one or more minerals are mixed together, then that forms a rock. What is the example of rock? Granite. Everybody is accompanied with the granite because it is used for the flooring tiles. Next, what are the types of the rock? First, igneous rock. Now what is igneous? By the name only we can understand that something which happens from the ignition. Okay, what are the ignition? The fire ignited itself. What else get ignited? The volcano. Okay, so the rocks which are formed from the volcano or from the molten magma, so that is called the igneous rock. So the what comes out of the volcano? Molten magma. Okay. Next, types. See, there are two types of igneous rock. One, intrusive igneous rock, that is also called plutonic rock. So students should remember both the names. Next, extrusive. Extrusive igneous rock. The other name of the extrusive igneous rock is volcanic rock. Okay. Now what happened? What is the difference between intrusive and extrusive? See, whenever the molten magma cools inside the earth crust, whenever we already know what happened in the case of igneous, that the cooling down of molten material. Okay, whenever the molten material gets cooled down, then it is forming the igneous rock. And if this molten material gets cooled down inside the earth crust, then that is called intrusive igneous rock. An example is granite. And whenever the molten magma gets cooled down outside the earth crust, then that is called the extrusive igneous rock. Example, pumice. Now what is the special thing about pumice? Pumice is porous in nature, means there are a number of holes present. So why these holes are present? Because of the entrapment of the air. Whenever this molten magma tries to cool itself outside the earth crust, lots of air bubble get entrapped in that molten magma. Next is the sedimentary rock. What happens in the sedimentary rock? The sedimentary rock is formed from the sediment deposit. Okay. So example is limestone. Now how the limestone is formed? Whenever the where the limes are present in the shells that are present in the seas or oceans, so whenever this shell get accumulated each other, then it forms the limestone. Of course, the shells are containing the lime. Everybody know what is the formula of lime? CaO. And what is the formula of limestone? CaCO3. Clear? Next, metamorphic rock. Now what happens in a metamorphic rock? See, what is the meaning of metamorphic? Metamorphic means metamorphic, or the metamorphic has come from the word metamorphosis, which means changes. So whenever any kind of change occur in any of the rock, then that forms the metamorphic rock. Okay. Why this kind of change are occurring? See, this kind of change are occurring because of the physical and chemical alteration. Why this physical and chemical alteration is occurring? Because of high pressure and heat. So if a rock is undergoing the physical and chemical alteration due to the high heat and pressure, then it is forming the metamorphic rock. Example, now before going to the example, what we have to understand, there are two types. What are those two types? Foliated and non-foliated. What happens in a foliation and non-foliation? See, the rocks which are having the layered appearance, okay, there are band-like structures. What is happening? This kind of appearance, the metamorphic rock which are having are called the foliated, and the rocks which are not having this band-like structure on their appearance, then that is called the non-foliated. Example, gneiss. Gneiss is formed from the granite. Clear? Now next example, marble formed from the limestone. So whenever the granite is undergoing metamorphosis, it is forming gneiss, And whenever the limestone is going the metamorphosis, it is called the marble. Okay. Now next topic we will go to the minerals. What happens in a minerals? That the natural material in which the metal or their compound found in the earth. Okay, whenever the natural metals, see, metal has to be with something. Okay, we cannot just dig the earth and find any kind of iron, so we have to go through some of the process. See, what happened, the natural material in which this metal and other components, this metal are mixed with other component, and what we have to do in order to get them, we have to go through the extraction process. We will learn this afterwards. Now, what are the characteristics of minerals? What are the characteristics? First is the naturally occurring, means the human cannot prepare metal. Next, inorganic in nature. Third, solid. It is always solid in nature. We will always find the minerals in solid nature. Definite chemical proportion means whatever will be present in that particular mineral, what will happen? It will be in a chemical proportion. Either it will be 2:3 or 3:4. Okay. Next, ores. Now, what happens in the case of ores? The minerals from which the metals extracted. What is ore? The minerals from which the metal is extracted are called the ore. Now, what are the types of ore? Oxide, carbonate, sulfide and halide. Now, what are the example of oxide? Aluminium, ore, bauxite. So, what is the ore of aluminium? Bauxite. What is the formula of bauxite? Al2O3.H2O. Al2O3 means Al is aluminium, O3 is oxygen, point H2O. Why this point H2O? This depicts the number of water molecule present in the compound. Okay. Next, calcium ore. Calcium is formed from which ore? The calcium is found from the limestone. Limestone we have already read in the rock part. What is the formula of limestone? CaCO3. Next, sulfide. Example, zinc or zinc blend. What is the formula of zinc blend? ZnS. Means the zinc is present along with the sulfur. Next, halide. Example, sodium. Sodium is present in the rock salt. What is the formula of rock salt? NaCl. So, here sodium is present with chloride. Next, the method of extraction. Okay, so what happens in a method of, there are various methods of extraction of ore as the metals are present with other chemicals. So, what we have to do, we have to extract them from other chemicals and we have to separate them. So, what are the methods? Number one, electrolysis. And electrolysis is used for extraction of what? Extraction of sodium. From where? Rock salt. Next, reduction with CO and coke with blast furnace. Example, hematite. Okay, so what happened? The reduction of the ore takes place along with two components. One CO, another one is coke. Which metal is being extracted or which substance is being extracted? Iron. From which ore? Hematite. Hematite is the ore of iron. Next, roasting. What happens in a roasting? See, first in this case what is happening? Reduction is occurring with CO and coke. But in case what is happening, that the roasting and reduction are taking place together to get which component? To get the zinc. And we are getting the zinc from which ore? We are getting the zinc from calamine. Okay, so there are two types of ore named we have learned till now about the zinc. First is zinc blend and another one is calamine. So what happens? What is alloy? Alloy is the mixture of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. Now how this alloy is prepared? See, whenever the molten metal cools down along with the non-metal in a definite proportion, then what will happen? Then the formation of alloy will occur. Okay, now we have learned about the alloy. What are the properties of the alloy? See, alloy are stronger than the material. They are non-corrosive. See, whenever we use the metal, there is one of the risk of corrosion that will not happen in the case of alloy. Next, low melting point. Alloy is having a very low melting point, which is little bit a harmful effect or rather a disadvantage. Next, non-low conductivity means alloy cannot conduct well with the electricity as we have found in the metal. We can use the metal substance for conduction of electricity. Now, what is the example? The first example is brass. Okay, now brass is formed of copper and zinc. How the brass is formed? Brass is formed from copper and zinc. Whenever the zinc and copper are being mixed together, then that is forming the brass. What is the uses of brass? It is used in the door locks. Next, bronze. Bronze is formed from whom? The bronze is formed from copper and tin. Whenever the tin and copper are mixed together, we can get the bronze. What is the uses of bronze? Decorative item. We will see the bronze vase, flower vase in our home. Now, next topic is fossil. What happens in the fossil? See, naturally preserved remain or traces of animals or plant that lived in the geological past. Okay. Now, what happens whenever the fossils are being preserved? Whenever the fossils are being how the fossils are happening? See, whenever the plants, that is millions of years ago, what happens? They are being preserved in a natural way. Okay, suppose a plant or animal is dying in a particular line, then the deposits will occur on day by day or year by year, and by this due process of deposition, what will happen? This animals and plants will be preserved. Okay. Next, now there are two types of fossils mainly. One is plant fossil, another one is animal fossil. Now, what are the types of animal fossils? Number one, compression fossil. What happens? Undergoes the physical compression and retains the organic matter. Okay, so whenever a fossil is undergoing a physical compression, then the compression fossil is occurring and it is having lots of organic matter. What is the example of that? Example of that is coal. Clear? Impression fossil. Now, whenever the plant leave its imprint on any of the substance, whenever a plant leave its imprint on, leave its structure or leave its imprint on any of the substance, then that is called the impression fossil. Cast and mold. Whenever the sediments fill its empty space with the fossil, we know what is sediment. So, what happened? There are lots of empty spaces in those sediment. If suddenly some empty spaces are there, if they fill those empty spaces with the fossil, then that is called the cast and mold. Okay, cast is the empty space and that is being molded by whom? That is being molded by the fossil. Next, permineralization phases. What happened? In the mineral deposit, in the internal cast, there are minerals. We have already learned about the minerals. See, whenever in those mineral deposit, the fossil is being forming or fossil is being preserved, then that is called the permineralization. Compaction, the internal form of plant from the impression. So, what happened? Whenever the external form of the plant forms an impression on the sediment. Okay, the external part of the plant is forming an impression on the sediment, then that is called the compression fossil. Molecular fossil, organic derived from the living organism. Whenever organic substance is derived from the living organism in the form of molecule, then that is called the molecular fossil. Understood? So, as we have learned about the fossil, now what we are going to do? We are going to learn about the fossil fuel. Okay, now what happens in a fossil fuel? So, we can understand by the name only that whenever a fuel is generated from the fossil, then that is called the fossil fuel. So, what will be the definition? The fuel that are formed from the dead remains of plants and animals. The fuel that are formed from the dead remains of plants and animals. Understood? So, of course, the dead remains are being preserved to form the fossil, and the fossil is giving the fuel. Clear? Next, what are the example of this fossil fuel? First, most common, coal. Now, what happens in a coal? The coal is used as a fuel. Coal is used for the power generation. It is used in the thermal power plant to form the chemical compound. So, whenever coal is being burned in the absence of air, we can get lots of chemical from there. The main example of that is coal tar. Next is the petroleum, another common one. See, petroleum, what is the origin? whenever over a period of million years, the heat and pressure change the dead organism into petroleum hydrocarbon. So whenever due to the high heat and pressure, this dead remains, what they happen to this dead remains changes into petroleum. Okay. Another, see the same thing is told over here. Whenever the fossil is undergoing high pressure, whenever the dead animal is going under high pressure, it is forming the petroleum hydrocarbon. Clear? Next, from where we can get this petroleum? From large deposit of earth crust. Defining fractional, see what happened over here, we are getting the petroleum. Okay, now petroleum is of course not will be in the pure form, we have to get it somehow. How we are getting it? We are getting it by the process of fractional distillation. What is fractional distillation? See, petroleum, whenever we are getting the petroleum, there is a mixture of lot of hydrocarbons. So how we are getting the pure petroleum? In the fractional distillation, what happened? The substance or hydrocarbon are being separated by the use of boiling point. Every hydrocarbon is having different boiling point, and at different point of boiling point, what we are separating them, we are refining them. What are the uses of petroleum? Of course, we use it for the fuel. Next, natural gas. What is natural gas? Made up of, see, natural gas is the one which remains over the layer of the petroleum generally. Now what happened? First is the made up of methane. It is chiefly made up of methane. Then propane and butane is present in a small amount. It is used for power generation. It is used for power generation. Clear? Next, it is used for fuel, which is of course, if it is one of the fossil fuel, then it has to be used for the fuel. All of the three is having the one common use, that is used as a fuel. Next, it is non-polluting fuel. Okay, if we use the natural gas in our daily life, it will not pollute the environment as it is happening in both the cases. Clear? Now this is end of the class. I hope everybody can understand. For more information, you can go through the book, and of course there are other sources from which you can go through.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.